Hello, everyone. I hope that everybody is having a fantastic day, no matter what part of the world you're living in. I hope that everything is going good for you. Today, we are on Dragon Trail in the McLaren 650S GT3 car. So, we're back to GT3 cars. I'm really excited to get this race started. I had done a few qualifying laps beforehand. You can see, though, even though I thought they were kind of quick, at least for my class, you can see that the guy in first is 3 seconds quicker than us, and we qualified in 8th. So, to be fair to myself, this is not a track that I have a ton of experience on, but it is one that I quickly started to enjoy. So, this is a really good race, and I'm very excited because it raises my driver rating to a C. So, I now have a C driver rating and an S safety rating, which I've had an S safety rating. But anyway, you can see it looks like we got 16 people on the grid with us. It's going to be quite a packed race and full of a bunch of craziness and chaos. So going into it, I was expecting, well, really just that, craziness and chaos, especially on this track, because this is not the one that this is not the layout of the track that includes that death chicane that has become infamous. This is a different variant of the track, but it is the same track, and even on this variant there are very steep and like heavy drop-off curves. So here we go, we're getting started. The Mercedes behind us already has a huge gain on us. This McLaren just is not as fast as some of these cars, sadly, on the straightaway. And you can see that we get overtaken in the very first turn. I try to fight it, but there's really just nothing I can do. So I back off because I'm really just trying my best to not race people as much as possible. Because, again, my McLaren is a little bit slower. So I'm trying to just have smooth laps instead of necessarily fighting people for every single position that I can get. Because fighting people in this McLaren is just not going to go good, because it's just naturally, unfortunately, slower than many of the other cars. It just doesn't have the power. So you can see we're running on cold tires, and I'm really fighting with those cold tires at this point. Steep drop off on this turn. I was talking about steep drop offs on those, on that 4-part right hander. There are some seriously steep drop offs. If you go wide, it can really upset the balance of the car. I give the Porsche a little love tap, say, hey, I'm here, let me by. Or that's actually a Mercedes, but I say, go ahead and let me by, please. And I do get by him for now. And sadly, if you saw on the radar, he did spin out and go into the wall. So now I've got a Porsche behind me, and it is really gaining on me as well. You can see the Ford GT goes wide. I thought I was going to be able to pass him, but I was taking too much speed and got pushed up wide. So I give him a little bit of a tap and let him go by me because it was really a hard tap, and I just wanted to give him a truce on that fight. So unfortunately, I lose 2 positions to 2 Porsches because I was trying to be nice. This is not a super technical track, but there's a few things, like that hairpin is hard to get right, and the more squared off turns, like the 4-piece right-hander, and then the last 2 turns of the track are just straight 90-degree angles, and those are definitely more difficult parts of the track. But overall, as we just about plow into the back of the Porsche, but overall this is a very fun track. It's not super technical, but it is just challenging enough to be fun. And you can see we've got a very quick race again, just like last time. I want to see more of this, as I almost go into the back of another Porsche. Late braking doesn't always work out. I don't know if I ghosted or if I just missed him, but yeah, I'd really like to see races of this layout or this format way more. It's just 5 laps real quick and no pits or no tire wear or anything. It's just, to me, for a video game, at the end of the day, this is a video game. We're not real racers, so I just find these to be more entertaining. You know what? I'm going to take back what I said about real racers. Some people are real racers. I would say I'm a real amateur racer, but the racing part's there, but it is still a simulation. So as you can see, we get passed by another Mercedes. It's just the raw horsepower in the Mercedes is just better. It's just a faster car than this McLaren that I'm in. But as you can see, he's really aggressive, and he kind of ruined the day for that Porsche. So we started this race in 8th. As you can kind of get an idea of the steep drop off here, you can see me going off the track and it hitting and bouncing my car all around. But like I was saying, we started this race in 8th, and we've managed to make our way up to 7th so far. And I try to go on around this Porsche, and I do almost get the move done, but he gets a better exit and is still in front of me. So I almost lose it here. The Porsche does kind of lose it, and that cost him the position. You can see him in my rear view mirror now. But that's going to be another position for us for the time being. And so, oh, but he's fighting it. Oh my goodness. He fought it and was honestly aggressive and turned into us and ended up ghosting. So we gained a position for just a second, but now we're back down to 7th. So now I'm really focusing on this Porsche. I really want to get around him. I remember he's kind of aggravated me in the race with how aggressive he's been. There's actually been a lot of aggressive drivers on this track. Not sure what's going on, but I've done about 2 or 3 races so far on this track, and every single one of them has been full of bumpers and pushers and just aggressive drivers. As you can see, we're coming up at the end of the penultimate lap here, and I'm making moves on the Porsche, but look at the exit speed that he has on me. I mean, it's just hard to fight that. So my thoughts now are just put pressure on him, see if he'll make a mistake. And then I make a mistake a little bit. He spins out though and goes way offline. Just so he made a mistake, but so did I. So we did make up a little bit of time, but unfortunately not enough to make a difference yet. And then I go deep late on him and go on the inside and manage to get him. And so now we're in 6th. Now at this point, I'm just trying to get my quali lap in. I'm trying to think of my braking points and my turning points for quali, just to try to get away from this Porsche and go as fast as I possibly can. This is a very tricky turn. It's blind. It doesn't look like it, but it's totally blind. And Real quick, the Porsche tries to make a move and he just goes too hard on the throttle and goes off into the grass. So we end up crossing the line into sixth. But if you watch this little menu here, something very interesting happens. I don't exactly know what happened. Even watching it back, I thought maybe I could figure it out, but I don't know what happened. But for whatever reason, it bumped us into fifth. So I don't know if someone left or what exactly happened, but we ended up actually getting counted for fifth place, which that's a good thing for your driver rating because first off, top 5 is a stat that the game keeps track of. Plus, it's an extra position gained. So you can see now we have a net 3 gained positions. So that was a good race. Yeah, like I was saying, that last turn is almost blind, so it's very tricky. But overall, great race. Had a good time, and I'm really looking forward to continuing this race and continuing to increase my driver rating, hopefully. If you guys liked the video, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription if you would like to consider that. It would help me out a lot. But as you can see, we are a C-rated driver now, and I am super excited to continue racing. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.